Good morning. Welcome to the Celebrate podcast. I'm Lisa McGarry.
I'm Della Tootin.
We are co-owners of Celebrate Primary Care, and we would like to thank Fiesta Media for producing our show. We love Ilio, and we're having a good time doing this. Today, I would like to introduce our guest, Rose, and I'm not going to say her last name because I'm sure I'll mess it up, but she is one of the owner of the owner of Impact Weight Management here in Gainesville, and has made a big impact on some of our patients. And so we can't wait to hear more about what Rose does and what goes on at her office.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. So I want to start by asking you just a little bit about you and your connection to Gainesville and where you're from and all of those good, important details that people want to know.
Yeah, originally from Tallahassee and had to get out of town for college. So came here to UF and have a degree in exercise science. Moved around a little bit after college, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do as a 21-year-old with this degree. Accidentally landed in a classroom for a little bit. So this is some of my connection here to Gainesville, is that was actually a middle school teacher for a little while. Wow. And then I met someone who was doing what I do now, and I knew immediately that's what I want to do. How do I make this happen? And so I got a little one-room office and decided I was going to help people on nights and weekends, and it would be like a little side gig. And a couple months later, I never went back to the classroom, and 10 years later, almost 11, here we are.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it.
So tell us about your kids, your family.
Yeah, so I have 2 girls, and I'm married, and Brooke and Carson are in 8th and 9th grade, so pray for me, 2 teenage girls.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Pretty active. They've gotten really close, thank you to COVID and pandemics and all those kind of things. But yeah, we love to travel together. We love to go to the beach, love to vacation. So right now we're just kind of doing that from home.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time for everybody, for sure.
Staycations, yeah.
So do you think in your industry and what you do specifically that people have been driven to you, driven away? What's happening?
Yeah, a little bit of both. I think at first people said, I'm just going to wait 2 weeks until this is all over, and then I'll focus on my health. And here we are, almost a year later. And it's not 2 weeks. So I think at first it was a little bit of kind of the same hurricane party.
Yep.
And the hurricane just went on and on and on and on and on and on, and it grew and bigger, and it never stopped. And the Weather Channel didn't stop reporting on this hurricane. And so after a while, people said, okay, I've got to do something about this. And why not? For years, we've been trying to get people to cook more, eat out less, control their own food, less alcohol, some of these other things that go on. And so what better time, honestly, than like this holiday season?
Stuck at home.
I couldn't believe it. Like this holiday season, so many people are like, whatever, Christmas is just a day now. It's not a whole season.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the good things that's really come out of this, is I think people are back in the kitchen so much more.
Yep.
That they're remodeling.
They are remodeling. Very true.
For sure.
Yeah. They're cooking their own foods a lot more than they ever did before.
Which is good.
Well, I think that us dealing with patients, what we have found is that you're right. People thought that it was going to last for 2 weeks, and then it's gone on for months and months. And then people contact us, and after like 3 months, they're like, I've gained 40 pounds. Mm-hmm. And they are shocked and don't know what to do, because so much of their life has turned upside down. And as you know, when people get stressed and it's been stressful, that they eat. So
yeah. And I think, whatever it is that they're trying to fight off, eating healthy is going to help every little area, whatever the virus is, whether it's flu or COVID or, anything that they're trying to fight.
Your immune
feeding
system
yourself well is going to solve all those things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, for us, sometimes it's not even weight gain. I mean, patients will come in and get their labs done, and we're like, now you're diabetic. You've been overweight all this time.
Sure.
And we talked about some nutritional changes, and it wasn't something you were ready to do. And now you're full-blown diabetic, and, let's give it 3 months. But, I have a tool, which, your program is a tool. It's a fantastic tool. Like, let's teach you how to eat well and take care of yourself and get rid of your diabetes,
Yeah.
And, we have those stories. We have those, positive experiences for people, sending them to you. So when we refer a patient or member to you, tell us what that looks like as from their experience. What happens?
Yeah. So we really want to spend a lot of time getting to know that client before we actually ever bring them on board. And we want to tell them about us and we want to hear about them and make sure that it's a good fit, because there's a lot of different things that you can do out there. And we just want to make sure we're on the same page. You understand we're going to be asking for a year-long commitment. It takes that long. I mean, you'll lose the weight much quicker than anything else will happen. But really, to make behavior changes, we need a year. And that's hard for people to swallow. Like a year commitment, yeah, we're asking for a year, maybe longer. Some of us, many people have been with us for 10 years. You know, they continue to go down their health journey. So there's myself, April, and Cindy that do all the coaching, and they've been with me for 10 years as well. They're both occupational therapists, so they're very, well educated in this field. And we would sit down and listen to you and hear everything that's going on, and then we would decide on a plan. We have a bunch of different plans that we choose from. They all are based around really teaching lifestyle habits in the long run, and that's what's most important to us. So whatever plan and route we choose to go, depending on your lifestyle, your health history, how active you are, would depend on the plan that we would choose. But in the end, they're all really focused on the diet's the short-term part, and I don't even like to use that word diet, but we might be focused on getting the weight off at the beginning, but really what we have to do is change those lifestyle habits long-term. We can't do quick fixes. We know that doesn't work. More than ever, we have to really focus on the mindset changes. We have to really get them, April says this all the time, to come to the other side of food. And instead of looking as food, as being this reward, or maybe it's something that tears you down, but understanding that it's also your medicine and it nourishes you so well. And it can, the result is the weight loss, and that's what gets people in the door a lot of times. Yeah. But what really makes us happy is when they do change their blood work and they're not at risk for heart attack, stroke, diabetes. All these things are so much better. They move better. They didn't even realize how exhausted and sluggish they were until they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in a matter of, weeks or months, they feel better. It doesn't have to, they don't have to wait 5 years, Oh,
no, it was like 3 weeks, the one, member I was telling you about. So for him, it made a huge difference right away. And he's very grateful and wants to feel good and, all these things. So, so that's awesome. Tell our listeners about that amazing scale thing you have in there.
Oh, we have
Body scanner.
Really cool, it's a Fit 3D scanner. It's, some people refer to it as the Fit 3 Demon.
I like that. That's a good one.
Pretty cool. What we love about it is it's going to give you really good data and
it's honest.
It has no bedside manner. So it does a scan from your neck all the way down your ankles. It does body composition, and it does some health assessments about like where you hold your weight and how likely you are to have a cardiovascular event. It does some things like that. But what we really love about it is so many people, their body composition is changing, but maybe their weight's not changing. And to see the inches go down really helps them feel like they're making progress. Motivated. I don't need to use it. I can come in and we can talk about the food, and we can talk about the journey, and we talk about your mindset, and we talk about all of that. Sometimes I even forget to put them on the scanner, but they like this definitive. Yes, I'm check the box.
They go in there and take their clothes off, right?
Yeah, they go down into fitted underwear. Yeah. They take their clothes off. Yeah. They're in a private room. Yeah. We're not in there with them. Their pictures are not posted on Facebook or anything like that. They get but it is what it is, and they get this 3D avatar that spins all the way around. I mean, so many people have said that they've never looked at themselves from the back.
Yeah.
I know, right? But they can take the before and after, and they can put their new body on top of their old body, which is incredible. Amazing. You're going to love to see that, because you can see where their inches are coming off, and you can see, all of these changes. And it also does a full posture report, which we see lots of healthy people that have terrible posture. Yeah. They sit behind cars and desks and computers all day long and phones, and their posture is so bad. And so we can see them actually just starting to stand straight up. Yeah, it does a balance report. So it tells us if they're, standing on one leg or standing on their heels. So some information like that changes as they lose weight too.
Yeah, that's helpful. I mean, that is helpful, because a lot of people have back pain, and just to be able to see kind of where they are standing or your posture, it has a huge impact.
Yeah.
Dealing with the people with the complaints of that. So,
right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good. And then when you came in and talked to Del and I, you were saying there's this kind of interesting new market of last 10 pounds, right? Where people have lost weight, but they're just stuck and they can't get. So, you can help somebody who has, 100 pounds to lose, 20 pounds to lose and maybe even only 10 pounds to lose. Tell us a little bit about that.
So, we've always like celebrated these huge milestones of like 100 pounds or more. And those are kind of the things that get the big attention. They're very noticeable when that person's walking out in public. But really, a lot of our target market and a lot of people that come to us, they say, I don't even know if I should be calling you. It's these last stubborn 10 pounds. And that's so hard. The last 10 pounds, it's not really an emergency. The mindset has to do a lot of shifting there. They don't quite know. And the last 10 pounds is always the hardest, whether you're losing 100 or you're losing 10. That last 10, right. Mentally, physically, you don't have as much wiggle room with your, nutrition in that way. So there's a lot of people. And that sometimes, surprisingly, that 10 pounds change their life. Like you think about 100 truly being life-changing, but I can name numerous people that have said that 10, 12 pounds took away my arthritis, took away my joint pain, like my fibromyalgia is so much better, just other things like that you may not really
You'd be like,
think
10
about.
pounds, what? That's not that much, right?
I know. Some people tell me they can lose that in the toilet. I didn't.
All right, Elio, you're on today.
She's the jokester.
She's the jokester with us.
I love it. Oh, that's so good. So it's kind of evolved over time, and the focus isn't about food, but you are there to give people support, and they check in weekly. How does that work?
Typically weekly. We try to go weekly. What has really changed through the last year is really our ability to go virtual. And so if you said, hey, I can only come in once a month, or a third of our business right now, I've never even met around the country, that we do everything virtually, which is great because I don't need that scale. That scale's great.
But you don't have to have it.
Yeah. So they're logging their foods all the time. They come on in, we are reviewing their log with them, we're strategizing for the upcoming week. What do you have going on? Oh, the Super Bowl. Okay, first of all, tell me the two teams that are in the Super Bowl, because if you can't name the two teams in the Super Bowl, I don't want to hear about your Super Bowl snacks. So we have to go through all that, and then, Valentine's Day, whatever the thing is that's coming up. And so we are trying to strategize through the week a little bit. Part of what we're trained to do is really to not tell them what to do, but to ask the right questions and guide them. Because if we just keep telling people what to do, they're not going to be ready to do it on their own. Yeah. So it's more of like a series of questions about, Valentine's Day. Are you doing anything for that? Let's talk about, can you make some, more cards, less carbs? Like, what can we do here? Does it have to be about the chocolate? Can it be some nice steaks and asparagus? Yeah. I think what people really want is to be by themselves right now.
Yes.
But yeah, so, I think really it's strategizing through the week, and, we do review their data with them. And we do some mindset exercises that we have, and, they go back and we check on them a few times throughout the week. We do a lot of our coaching throughout the week. There's a lot of texting and checking in on them.
Okay. So it's like what we do.
Yeah. It's very similar. And when I just had my intro call with Lisa, I was thinking the whole time, like, we almost say the same.
It's all lifestyle, right? And
we have the same commitment to our clients. That's why I love sending people to you guys, is like the reason why they do well with us is our commitment to them. And that's what you guys get. You give them this one-on-one, you get personal, you know the names of their kids, you know what's going on in their lives. You take note of those things so that you can tweak how you're going to work with them a little bit. And everyone's different, right?
100%.
So some people you can come in and say, hey, you really can't do that. No. And other people you have to like tiptoe around, or maybe even that same person, they come in and their demeanor is a little like,
tell me more about what's going on.
Yeah, like, hey, don't beat yourself up over that. Let's strategize through some other things. So
that's good.
I mean, that's what I love about how our businesses align, is that we have the same mission, which is one person at a time, really getting to know them, giving them the care that they couldn't receive otherwise.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's nice that we can collaborate if we have, mutual clients. Sure. It's like, it's time for labs, or can I get a copy of their labs and let's see where they're starting, so we can, maybe put them on the best plan based on what we're trying to make better,
Sure. I mean, the number of people, specifically a lot of women that come in, and I ask them, okay, who's monitoring you? Who's checking nobody, my OB, like they don't really have a physician. And so I love to be able to have this referral source, because yes, we have all these markers of success and how you're feeling and clothes fitting and inches and weight loss and all these things, but blood work is huge.
Right.
Like it really it tells the truth, right? So
It's another nice objective data.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Comments. We have comments. Questions.
Oh, for sure. Charlie.
We would love to help you, Charlie.
Charlie's
Come on,
not
Rose.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Kelly.
We can help everyone.
Yeah.
You don't even have to live here.
That's true. He
Hi,
does.
Catherine. Aw,
Aw,
so sweet.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
I hope Catherine's feeling better after her COVID.
Aw.
You had COVID.
Yeah.
That was bad, right?
I did not like it. I do not recommend it, and I do not want it again.
No, for sure. We've gone through our second vaccination now, so we're super excited about that. But, you have antibodies now too, which is cool.
Yeah,
So-
I feel really, I mean, if there's any silver lining in all this, at least, okay, I feel good for, however long these antibodies last, maybe 90 days, I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
It helps a little bit.
It does, for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to go back to what you were saying about that personalized relationship. So it's not like a one size fits all. It's not like that for us either. You have to take people in and listen and meet them where they are. I know that you help people kind of rethink their relationship with food, and that commitment over the years, like the amount of time that you need for kind of retraining, if you will. You do have some products that some people use as a tool.
Sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about like the products that you
Definitely.
have? And it's not forever. It is
Right,
a tool
right.
for a period of time.
Exactly. So the program that we implement, that we choose to bring into Impact, is called MoxieFit.
Okay.
And MoxieFit it's got the mindset exercises with it. It's the whole head to toe. That's what we love about MoxieFit. Yes, it has products with it, but it really has a strong focus on lifestyle and has a really good lifestyle program that when you get there, you're like, I can do that. This is what I need to do to keep my weight off and stay healthy. Okay, I can do that. So we love that about it. And MoxieFit makes a series of protein products that we supplement in. They're helpful because when people are going on what they would consider a diet, they feel so restricted and they feel like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do when everybody else is eating cupcakes and I can't have this thing? So, having a chocolate chip mug muffin might be the thing that helps them get through. So it helps them stay on track, helps them not feel so deprived. They love the products. They taste good.
You brought us some.
Yeah.
They were great.
Listen, those cinnamon twisty things.
Yeah,
Those are
the cinnamon
delicious.
crunchers.
They like little churros. They were fantastic.
Those are really good.
People
We were
put all
fight-
kinds of like
we
Taco
were-
Bell bad names on them. I'm not sure what those
Yes.
things are, but yeah,
Yes.
they
Yes.
compare them to like that. But it's really good, healthy protein supplements. I mean, some people just use the protein supplements because they need a good protein supplement.
Yeah.
Or their kids need a protein bar or something like that. They're good in that way. And they are just tools. The goal is to get this person to all whole foods. But if I take somebody from not eating very much whole foods to 100% all whole foods, which would be perfect, I will never have any clients. So we use these products as they're losing weight. They don't feel so restricted. There's things that mimic chips and bars and oatmeal, and they kind of mimic, their regular food. And if the goal is, say, to get them to like eggs for breakfast, maybe I need to go down this route to get them there. So they're just tools. They're not special, but they are good. They taste good. And I think I brought you guys also the electrolytes and maybe the branched chain amino
Which
acids.
then we were fighting over
Yeah, we love those. What is it? Watermelon?
the watermelon.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, that's
it's-
delicious.
I even
so
had to
good.
go back and get some from you because we ran out.
And she brought me a box too, so I was thankful.
I think in Florida, like everybody needs these electrolytes. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
something that we all know that, you hear about electrolytes all the time and you get a lot of electrolytes through your food, but it's so hard to replace them in the heat that we live in. Even when it's not a hot day like today, it's still.
Well, we want people to drink water, like a lot of water.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are like, I hate water. I hate the taste of water, which always makes me laugh. I don't know what water they're drinking, but I mean, come on. So, I think that like the electrolytes are a great additive.
Sure.
Just
Gives
kind
them a
of
little flavor, gives them some
and it hydrates
nutrients.
them more. I mean, here's the other problem. When we drink tons of water, we're flushing out those electrolytes. So now we have this new problem of like, wow, we drank all this water and we flushed out our potassium, our magnesium.
salt.
We don't feel good. Like, why am I so thirsty? And I'm drinking all this water. So it's this double-edged sword for real, for sure. But it gets people to drink more water. They like the taste of it. It's a good, clean product. We have people keep it around just, in case anybody gets sick in their house, like just keep these electrolytes around. They're easy. You pack them in your pocket.
Yeah. I
awesome.
like that you guys also, I think that a lot of times people try to overdo it in the beginning. They try to do all the nutrition and they try to do all the exercise, and then they, it's counterproductive. And so I think that what I like about you guys is that you help with both and you encourage people to move, but not kill themselves. And I think that people go full out and they are done within 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. Like you have to, just like you guys, you look at the full wellness wheel, right? Like it's all important. Sleep's important. Yeah. Sleep management, stress management, exercise and movement and nutrition. But we can really take this one piece and really work on this one piece while we're still addressing and taking a look at the other things, but watch how the other things naturally get better. Like when your nutrition gets better, you sleep better. And when your sleep is better, your stress management's better. And when your sleep is better, you aren't as hungry and your blood sugars are lower. So all these things will naturally come just from starting with this foundation of let's change the food first. You'll move better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, you can move, let me take this 50 pounds off of you first. And then we'll see how your knees and your joints work. Yeah. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting Girls on the Run today.
Nice.
So, it's been a weird year of school. And so, we didn't want our girls to miss out. So I have a couple of coaches that are joining with me. And so you have to be on me and watch because, we're taking this under and hopefully they have a good time this year doing Girls on the Run.
It's such a great program.
Yeah.
I love Girls on the Run. Such a great program. And I believe a lot of people can get involved even if you don't have a girl or you don't have kids, you can go help and do the culminating event for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Teach them to move early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, we live in this culture where we move so much less. So even active people, we might say we're active, but they're moving so much less than we did as kids, right?
Oh, yeah.
We sit behind desks, trick or treat on golf carts, all of these things where,
I feel judged, Rose.
Yes, we used to walk a mile to school up and down in the snow both ways, all of these things, right? And now there's no snow. I don't understand. But it's such more of a sedentary world.
Yeah.
And it's not even offensive to people when I say, how sedentary are you? And they're like, yeah. I'm, especially now everything's virtual. My kid doesn't even get out of their bed. And so we have to make this concerted effort.
Just walking is good.
Just move your body.
Yeah, just walk a little
Stretch.
bit. Yeah.
If you can't walk, stretch. Get up at your desk and stretch. And this is, they have to take time. Right. They have to, it's carving out the time to do it. But these are the kind of things actually at UF they did, I'm not sure if they're still doing this week, but for a while they did where you went to work for a week and then you worked from home for a week. They had a lot of employees doing that.
Yeah.
That threw everything off. Because when you go to work, you get up and you do all these things, right?
Yeah.
And then when you stay home, you sleep in and you don't shower and you don't, right?
All the things, yeah.
So we had to really get with people on, you're going to get up at the same time, whether you're working from home or you're going to work. And now that you don't have the commute time,
you can walk.
What meal prepping are you doing? What meditation? What are you doing during that time? And they're always like, I'm working on my sleep management. But if we could get them to keep with the same schedule, and that's just, welcome to the new world that we live in where you might work from home today and you might work at the office. And how does that change, our being more robotic, less emotional? Everything should be pretty robotic. And
It's true.
Yeah.
I know you're doing a lot of virtual for people, but you do have an office. You're over near...
We're in Tower 24, which is Tower Road and 24th. We have a clinic there, and
it's where that torture machine is. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and you don't even have to be a member to come use it. Just make an appointment, and we'll sit down with you, and we'll analyze the whole thing.
Yeah, it's super cool. So
Yeah,
that's
it's neat.
definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think so.
But you guys bring a lot of value to the community and, a lot of support that people need. And we love to partner with you.
We appreciate it so much.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. I'm so glad to have people to partner with that are on this same mission of getting people healthy. And we, this community has to get stronger one person at a time.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here doing, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So
thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, tell us about your website, phone number, ways to get in contact with you.
IWMGainesville.com is the website. Okay. Phone number 352-327-4120. You can also text that line. We can do a complimentary discovery call with you, tell you a little bit about us, hear a little bit about you, see if this is a good mix. You can follow us on Instagram at IWMGainesville and, of course, Facebook. And you can also find me on TikTok Yeah.
We're on TikTok too for medical procedures.
But
so.
you do amazing things on TikTok with recipes.
I
How
think
fun.
they're amazing. The one that went viral wasn't that amazing, but that's how TikTok works. So yeah,
It doesn't all make sense, right?
I don't get
We
it. Yeah.
have that experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
Next week, Della, tell us about that.
So next week we're going to have Rebecca Kane. She is a great locally self-employed employee or business owner here in Gainesville. She's been in the direct selling space for the last 12 years, and she's currently involved with a company called Park Lane, and she's going to come and tell us all about her business. And then the other thing that we love about her is that she's actually been involved with our practice as a business owner for the last 6 years. So we're excited to have her next week. And Rebecca, we're looking forward to having you.
It'll be great because a lot of people are self-employed or, a 1099 and they don't know what to do for healthcare. And I feel like she's going to be a good educator for that because it's important. And, people feel alone out there and you're not alone. We're here. We're ready. We want to take
here to
care
help
of you.
and answer questions like you.
Yeah, it's great. So, all right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. We'll see you Tuesday at 11. We actually have a TikTok channel now. There's 3 procedures. They keep getting taken down for being too graphic, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
They are graphic, but that's kind of the fun part of it, right? I mean, they're real medical procedures done in our office. We also are on YouTube, and you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we cannot wait to see you all next week. And again, thank you, Rose, for coming.
Thanks
We
for
loved
having
it.
me.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks
and
a lot.
thanks, Fiesta Media.
Fiesta Media.
Bye.
Bye.